Hey everybody, Steve here again, and still working on HHO stuff. All you guys that are sending me messages and videos and stuff like that, and just offering a lot of great advice and ideas and offers to help, man, I really appreciate it. It's just kind of overwhelming. I didn't think I would get anywhere near the amount of responses or the offers for help and advice, and people just wanted to see this HHO thing and freely sharing the information. So I just want to let you know I'm going to do the same thing. I'm looking more at doing more testing to find out the efficiency of cells, and I'm learning that there is a formula to find out the MMW of the milliliters per minute, the total wattage with, and it involves the, let's see, the volts, the amps, the amount of HHO that's produced, and how much time, and then it gives you the final efficiency rating. And I don't know the formula because I use an online calculator, so if you know the formula, yeah, let me know, because I'd like to really learn that instead of having to be dependent upon a computer spreadsheet or a website. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to build another housing, and here it is. And of course the top, I just bought an extra one of these, and of course I'll just use the existing cell that I have back there at the top that has the positive and negative connections, and then the output. But what I'm going to change on this is that on the bottom of the cell, if you'll notice, what I'm going to put, or what I've already put and put with tool dip, tap and dyed a hole into the cell, and you can see that there. And what's going to go in here, this will go in the bottom of the cell like that, and it'll screw in. And when I do my bench test, what I'm going to do is to stick this, which is a temperature gauge, and screw that in there like that, and so you can see, so that way I can get the temperature of the cell. And so that way when I do my bench test, I can use this and I can watch the cell. And if you notice, there's a really long cord, a more long cord. And then eventually I took some plastic and I hooked up, first of all I hooked up the a voltmeter, analog voltmeter, and then next to that over here is my temperature gauge. And I got this at an auto parts store, and basically I just took an old piece of plastic that used to hold like a mini shop, crappy shop back then, and what I ended up doing was mounting both of those gauges there, and then connecting them to connectors on the side. And in other words, so if I have a battery, I can hook the battery, the negative and then the positive up to here, and then I can also run lines from here to the cell. And again, of course, we'll be able to see the temperature, and I'll be able to see the voltage, and I'm saving this part right here for an amp meter. So I got to look online and see if I can find a, they have them at the auto parts stores, but they don't go in the range in which I would like. And I've seen some digital amp meters that I'd like to put on there, and because the vehicle ones don't go as high up as I would like them to go, and I'd like to go a little bit higher. So anyway, I got to look online and find that. And this is, so maybe it'll look like a little smiley face or whatever when I test my HHO. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do, is we got the temperature sensor, and we're going to test that out. I haven't done it yet. I just finished tapping and screwing this in and sealing it with, oh, another product I want to tell you about. Actually, there's a couple of products. Some people have mentioned that they use the Teflon tape for connections, for adapters and T intersections or whatever else on their cell. And I wanted to show you this great white joint compound with Teflon. And this stuff is it's a liquid paste stuff. And the great thing about this is that I use this stuff. My brother turned me on to this stuff, and when we did plumbing work, rehabbing houses and stuff like that. But what I really like about this is that it withstands up to 3,000 psi on gases from negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit to plus 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then 10,000 psi on liquids from negative 50 degrees to positive 500 degrees Fahrenheit. And for use on PVC, CPVC, ABS, polyethylene, polypropylene, iron, steel, copper, brass leads. And use on water, steam, natural LP gas, oil, caustics, or dilute acid lines. So anyway, this stuff I would highly recommend. Okay, we use this when we're rehabbing and doing plumbing in houses, because when we use this stuff instead of that little cheap Teflon tape, we never had to go back. Once we did the work with this stuff, we never had any leaks. So I'd highly recommend that. Another recommendation, and I noticed that the SMAC found this. I was going to order some, as you know, I was going to order some sodium hydroxide or sodium, whatever the other stuff was, but this is it. I went to Rose, because I don't want to use their trademark name, but I went to Rose Home Improvement Center and didn't want to use a Drano, didn't find any of that Red Devil Lye stuff. That's what I was looking for initially. But they had the Roebic, and again, I noticed that the SMAC picked this up, and it was so cool, because when I saw it on his video, I was like, hey, my wife's like, hey, you got a bottle of that, you know, so, you got that a long time ago. I was like, oh, cool. So anyway, but if you notice, it's 100% sodium hydroxide, caustic soda. So anyway, and it's a crystal drain opener. So anyway, this is some good stuff. And it was like $7, maybe $8 altogether with tax. So, and that's a lot of stuff. So just be careful with it. Remember, use your eye protection and gloves, because this stuff will, if it gets on you when it's wet, it'll kind of burn a little bit. Trust me. So anyway, that's it. Going to do some more work. Again, I've been playing around doing some testing. And like, here's some of the numbers I had. I put in 1 teaspoon of the sodium hydroxide for 2 liters of water. I started the cell up cold at 10.95 volts, had 15 amps, got 500 milliliters of production in 1 minute, and so the MMW was 3.04. As the cell got a little bit warmer, again, the same 1 teaspoon had 12.6 volts, 22 amps, half a liter in 42 seconds, so I had an MMW of 2.58. That was the best time I had. And then just kind of tried out 2 teaspoons, and I got here's some other MMW, 3.07, 2.51. But again, like with those, the amps were like at 24 and 25 amps. Volts are like around 10.9, 9.98. Let's see. Another time I got 3.32 MMW, and then I put 3 teaspoons of that sodium hydroxide, had 9.41 volts, 24 amps. 500 milliliters in 48 seconds, and that ended up being 2.77 MMW. So, but anyway, I'll throw that off to the side, or whichever side, in the little description box for the initial test, and I'll get down to some more numbers and crunching, and like I said, I'm gonna add some temperature readings on there, and I also hope to wrap my cell with shrink wrap. So I'm looking forward to do that, and thanks, SMAC, for showing that works, and I was talking or left a comment. I think it was on Zero's page or one of Sir Hoax's page or something about if they had big enough shrink wrap to wrap your cell, and obviously you can. So anyway, hey, take care, peace, and keep up the good work. Bye.